morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. We want to welcome you here. My name is Christian Jengra. I'm a Crown Diamond with Max International. We have been with the company well over 15 years. And you know what? My wife and I are so excited, more excited than ever. And I want to congratulate you for those of you that are consistently attending these trainings. Folks, this is day 74. Day 74 out of the 90-day run. Eventually it'll be day 80 and then day 85 and 89 and then eventually day 90 and that's it. But here's what's exciting. We have been documenting every single day since January 3rd. You know what's exciting about this? You can access it. You don't need a password. You don't need anything. It is free. It is accessible to everybody. We want to help the industry grow. We want to help the Max Internet Associate evolve, and the information is there. Now, what I want to share with you today, let me just share my screen here very quickly, is this analogy of the conveyor belt analysis of individuals entering and exiting. What do I mean by that? Is how quickly does the bell goes when a new associate join the company? I want to give you an illustration here. Let me share this portion of the screen. You know, yeah, you might have seen that in movies or maybe in reality. Maybe some of you were in a factory setting where you were actually working on the belt, right? I've seen that at hospitals. When they serve food for the patient and everybody does their own part and they put things. When I was a student, I was working part time. One of my job is to make sure that I was putting either the orange or the dessert or whatever, the bottle of water or whatever, the cup of tea, right? And then what's really interesting is the belt moves at a certain speed. And if everybody doesn't do their job in doing their segment in on the belt, and at the end of the day, take the actual item and take it off the belt and put it somewhere else, well, guess what? It's just going to fall off on the floor, right? So it's kind of an interesting analogy because in this business, what happens is associates, they come in and how fast they're going to go on the belt from the beginning to the exit point, it's going to be a lot to do with you, the way you are organized and supporting your organization. You see, one of the biggest challenge that I have recognized, and many of you probably feel the same way, especially if you're in a role of leadership, is the majority of associates sign up new people and hope that they make it. Let's hope that they stick, right? And he keeps sponsoring and sponsoring and sponsoring and sponsoring and sponsoring and sponsoring, right? And they kind of forget the mentoring. It's like a new associate is like a newborn. And if you don't attend to the newborn, it's going to start crying right away. It's hungry, right? It needs love. It needs some tender loving care, some TLC, right? You need to change the diapers. I know it's a little graphic, but you understand my meaning. So the fact here, often what's happening is new associates are coming in, they're motivated, they're excited, but they have no sense of direction. And the people that are bringing them in, they're excited themselves, but they're not plugging them into the system. And this is what this over here is. Our goal is to keep people in, and we've designed a system to assist them so they stay close to the fire. So the fact here, and this is one of the things that Eric talked about. I'm going to talk about what he illustrated, how it is, how to actually make it easy for people to stay, and the opposite, how easy it is for people to quit. I just want to walk you through all of that. But what's important to understand here is that this is the reason why we have trainings. And I come back to this every time I do these sessions. This is the reason why the Crown Diamond Global Impact exists. This is the reason why Tammy and I created this team site called Active Team Group, right? This is a safe environment for everybody because we don't try to recruit within. In fact, we support. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who your upline is. It doesn't matter who your downline is. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. The information is there to support because we understand that not every leaders are made equal. A manner of speaking is they may not support the organization the same way. So we just want to complement and support and encourage and train the leadership to evolve and to keep people in an environment where they can easily understand what they need to do to succeed in our business. And by the way, if you like what you hear, if something resonates with you, give me the thumbs up, give us some hearts, let us know we're doing okay. We appreciate the feedback. I know that many of you are sitting on the back end and you're watching quietly. We love when you participate. We love when you share your feedback. We love when you comment. And I look at every single one of you that comments or responds, and you get a like if I notice. But if you say something a little more, then I'm going to respond, and we may engage into a nice conversation. Or I may even be able to help you in some areas that you're having a hard time with. So back to the topic here. What's important to understand as we are building our business is the key is when we onboard a new associate. Okay. And again, I say on board. This is what we call the new associate orientation. I know many of you have done that. Are you still doing that? This is the reason why we automated the system to be able to deal with the masses as people come in. That's why if you create a team support site for your organization, what's important is to have an area where you can collect the database, the information, so you can get them in a nice welcome letter and remind them of upcoming events and future events. And that's what I encourage for you to do in your system. So when someone register right away, it puts out a welcome letter with some links and attached to a new associate orientation documents. And then you receive about 15 to 16 emails or so over time to give you some gold nuggets, little things to help you engage and being informed and remind you of the trainings and everything else. So what's important here in understanding as you build your business, okay, is what are the steps to help you keep people close to the fire, to stay warm, in other words, right? Some of you may recognize that when you get a wonderful product experience, right, as it is mentioned over here, when you get a wonderful product experience, and I know that has worked really, really well with Max International, because let's face it, our products, and we know anyone that's been more than a month with Max International is aware of the impact that our product has. We're way more than a business opportunity, which we are big time because we provide a service to our society, to the many. But the fact is, we also provide a very important service when it comes to our health because our immune system are compromised. Again, I don't want to do a product training, but I know how impactful that is. So it's important that people get a product experience. That's why you want to encourage people to be on the product, to get a product experience, because if they feel the experience, then they become emotionally attached to the value of the product, which makes them even more effective in sharing the information with their prospects or their downlines or their clients, right? So another thing that keeps people on board is customers, right? When they engage that very first customer and they decide to consume the product on a regular basis. Another thing that's important, right, is to introduce. So one thing I train people that are close to me, that are asking me for help. One thing that I suggest is whenever you enroll someone new, introduce them to your team, introduce them to your leadership, introduce them to your group support, because this is a big selling feature that will keep them in the game a little longer. And that's what we do. And eventually, with enough exposure of information like this, like product experience, having the welcoming from an upline leader, even from the CEO, or you know what I mean. I know many of you have done a lot of these things, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with me that by doing these activities, you have seen results. People are engaging more. People are they tend to stay a little longer, and maybe that it triggers and spark more of an interest. They're getting more, and their heart are getting more and more into the opportunity because of the community around you. So it's not just the product and the opportunity, but it's the community, right? Another thing that's important is tools, right? We know tools. This is what I'm telling you. Those tools that are available. This is what we have on our team side, right? They are tools, tons of tools to have easy access to look at the opportunity, to have an idea of the science, to have an idea of the environment that we live in today. To have to view a presentation, right? You may not be available to do an online presentation right away, but there's so many online presentations be taking place. Just look around and you'll see a presentation somewhere. I know we have them on our team side. They're also available and many of the the YouTube channels and many of the leadership all around the world, right? Pick something that resonates with you. You can create some kind of a channel with a playlist and just send that right? And again, you don't want to send too much information. That's why the go see max.com. It's like two videos, the science video and a little bit of the opportunity, the common sense and all of that, which is it like it drips. And often you will find that there might be some interest, and then you can choose to send them a bit more information after. So tools are powerful. Another one is events, right? Events is absolutely critical. I know that I remember in every market that we are launching, or we were part of the launch, let me rephrase that we were part of the launch. One of the things that event has done is it has solidified the credibility and the belief of the opportunity. This is another part. These are again, this is a list that I'm giving you of the things that will help you to keep people in the game. It gets easier to stay because of the exposure. Sharing the vision, the big picture, right? Upline support. Listen, I truly believe in upline support. The fact is, do you need that to succeed? Not necessarily. Is it a great asset to have? Absolutely. That's what I keep coming back to this Crown Diamond Global Impact Group, right? This is the kind of environment that are here to feed, to here to educate and to motivate and to help you move forward. Folks, we have an amazing opportunity. I understand inflation gets in the way, but don't let that get in the way of your future. Because I assure you that life goes up and down and up and down and up and down. If you stay the course and you're able to redefine yourselves and find different ways to approach the problem, you become even more effective. And when things become easy, then you go like a rocket ship. The key is consistency. See the vision, right? One of the things that's very important is another one here is their why. I know Eric, when he writes, it's a little rough. I'm the same. But what happens here is their why. The why is absolutely important. You know the expression, "Your why must make you cry." It's important because the why is often the foundation that will keep someone engaged despite the challenges that they're facing, right? Another thing that's very important. So again, let me go back. See the why, take the time to define your reasoning why. If you're listening to this and you're new at this business and you're kind of not sure what direction to take, the very first thing I suggest to do is do an inventory of what matters to you. And then once you put all of that on a piece of paper, start determining what really matters to you. Why is it important for you to succeed in this business? And when you have a clear vision of your why, it will change your life. And I'm not kidding, because it did change ours and my wife. Another thing that's very important, if you continue on the list here, is recognition, right? Recognition is so important. We have the expression where babies will cry for it, adults will die for it. You understand? This is something that never goes away. Recognition is such an important step in the stages of for you to reach the success. And the thing is, your downline, if they recognize and they respect you, and you tend to recognize who they are and what they bring to the table and how they contribute and what they contribute, you give them a sense of purpose, you give them a sense of encouragement, that again, it's another thing that will make it easier for them to stay, right? Rank advancement. This is the reason. When I started Max International, there was no rank. It was just about the income that you were reaching. We're talking way back here, within the first 6 months being in business. I say, guys, we need rank. We need rank. And since then, we've always had the ranks, from the senior associate to a bronze. As we know, the bronze is the core rank. I know if you haven't seen the training and reaching a core rank, go see that, because this is a very important part that will, again, make it easier for someone to stay, and knowing exactly what they need to do to reach the levels to maintain an income. And not only that, but to duplicate that income, which is exactly the reason why they will start rank advance, right? Trips incentives, right? We know that trips incentive and contest. I mean, these are so important. I remember when we went, in Ghana 7, 8 years ago, and we had an incentive for the first 10 goals, and then after that, the first 10 diamonds. Yes, it was expensive, but you know what? The return was 100 times what we spent. So you have to think about, well, how much is it going to cost me? Yeah, but it's an investment. How much can you earn from that investment? That's the reason why ranks advancement is important. But to help the rank advancement is to create incentives. Don't just rely on the company. The company, remember, they're also fighting this battle of this inflation. Everybody is. Joe just did we posted it in a group here recently. Go watch it. Joe was phenomenal in sharing some of the things that's, the collaboration, the importance of collaborating together. This is what makes us stronger. Many companies are packing and leaving, where Max is committed to make sure that you never lose what it is you work for. I believe in this company. I love this company. And that's why they have my allegiance. And I want you to understand that. But the fact is, are you aware? Are you following the information? Are you getting the drips information that will make it easier for you to stay? Do you pass information to your downline, or you always keep things to yourself and you never share with your organization? These are all things that will make it easier for you to stay engaged and for your downline to stay engaged, right? In some countries, tax benefits. I can tell you in Canada, just having, just being part of a network marketing opportunity, if you happen to be an employee, right? An employee will pay the highest taxes. There's no deduction unless you're a contractor as an, I'm not talking about those exceptions. I'm talking as an employee, you are the one that is feeding the government. There's nothing wrong with that. But what if you start a network marketing company like Max International, and now your investment when you started your products and you got involved is tax deductible. The product you consume to build your business is tax deductible. The gas you spend to go meet people is tax deductible. The tools you use to connect and talk to people is tax deductible. See, Canada is a very high tax country, but in the same time, they believe that if you contribute to this economy by doing things to grow the economy, you know what? We're going to give you a tax break here and tax breaks here and tax breaks. And this is the reason why my wife and I have been taking advantage of these tax breaks to be able to keep our money so we can keep moving forward and keep evolving and investing in properties in Florida and in Toronto and all sort of things and all sort of investment that we're doing from all over the world. The fact here is tax deduction could be something huge for someone to help them to ease their way to stay on board, right? And as we continue, as we come to an end, is personal development. It is so important. I have had so much personal growth due to this environment, due to this business model. And it saddens me that some people look at network marketing as, kind of second rate thing where, it is just so powerful, not just as far as the income opportunity and to deliver the message, because the future of business is building networks. This is what we do for a living, but the personal growth, because what happens in network marketing often is you look yourself in a mirror and the reflection may reflect on the results you're getting or not getting. And realizing this, it encourages you on realizing I need to grow here. I need to evolve. I need to understand this, right? Another thing that's very important that keeps it easier to keep people on board is fun and parties, right? That the network marketing benefits, they are huge. The lifestyle of a network marketer is so amazing, and most people don't know. They have no clue. They think I got to sell to my friends and family. Are you kidding me? I haven't sold to my friends and family about 10 years. What's happening is we connect with people, and over time, they connect with people, and this network evolve. Why? Because we have a product that makes a difference, and in turns, it feeds the consumers instead of feeding the fat cats, the guys that don't really care if you live or die. They just collect your money. But we, the associates, we are consumers telling other consumers, and it is growing and growing, that you believe or not, that you see it or not, it's already there. Network marketing has been around for well over 70 years. And I assure you, it will be in the forefront in the future. So again, is to understand the benefits and of course the belief. I did a training a few years back with Tammy on the 4 core belief. The belief in yourself, which starts with you. And do you believe in what is going on? Do you believe in yourself that you can actually succeed in all of these? And when you start recognizing where the lack of belief may be, that's when you may say, you know what, I need to grow in this area. I need to learn this. And you start reading books. By reading books, you start recognizing things that are being said. And that these are starting to work inside. And this is how you're starting to evolve, right? And then the belief in the company itself, right? And then the belief into the products. Our products are so backed up. They're so credible when it comes to the scientific findings behind what we have to offer. There is no question. Well, there be some people that will like, sure, there will be. But what's your belief? When someone turns around and says, I don't believe in supplements. Okay, great, wonderful. And then move on. Because I'm telling you that supplements is becoming more and more and more and more popular, especially when they're backed up and credible. And that's one of the reasons we have some of the biggest science community within the Max environment around the globe. Folks, even in Canada, which is which is a market that is very, very, very stubborn when it comes to the medical realm. But they understand, they see the big picture when they see what these products can do, especially with their patients. But again, it's the way that it's delivered, the way the message is delivered, that we have to be careful in certain markets. But the fact is, we're attracting attention because the products are credible and the belief in the industry of network marketing. If you have an understanding or lack of understanding or lack of belief in the industry of network marketing, you need to understand it. You need to learn about it. Talk to people that are actually making money in the industry and not the non-believers that never made a penny, that have everything to say negative about it. It's funny how sometimes people tend to listen to people that really have no idea what goes on. Just because they have a strong voice, they think that they're right. No, absolutely not. The key here is you need to grow in these four core beliefs. These are your four pillars that will help you stay in the game and get your downline stay in the game. So, folks, I hope that what I share with you resonates well. We care. We want to help you more than you realize, more than you realize. We are here for you. The information is available. I understand sometimes when it's free, no value. But folks, this information didn't come for free. Some of us have made some very strong investments to be able to bring this to you. We hope that you're taking this information to heart, that you're acting on it, and the assignment is choose one individual, one person in your team, and assist them across the finishing line. One person. Don't worry about the whole team. Pick one person. And as things starts evolving, pick another person. But that's your assignment. Go through your organization and make some phone calls and ask them, John, I know your why. I know this matters to you. I want to be there for you. I've listened to one of our Crown Diamonds that we just shared a training in reference to how to succeed in this kind of business. And I'd like to bring you on board with the information that's available for you to see the big picture. There's so much that we can do. And onboard them to start their journey with you. You might be surprised on the outcome. Folks, my name is Christian Jenga. It was a pleasure to share this with you. And congratulations for those of you, again, that have been participating from day one. And even if you're not watching this live, I hope you'll come and watch this a little later. And again, drop a comment, give us some likes, give us some heart, and let us know we're doing well. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.